What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're going to be diving into the next 7-star raid for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it's actually going to be quite tough with this Ice Terra type Empoleon. And of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining a PanFam by hitting that join channel member button below. So as we can see here, Kirby has reported that the next raid is going to be 7-star Terra Ice Empoleon, which is going to be running from February 2nd to the 4th, and then the following week, February 9th to the 11th. Now, February 2nd is this week, and is actually going to be the Thursday at 7 p.m. for people in the US. So it's always the day before for people in the US at night. So 7 p.m. Eastern is when we'll have this raid launching. And of course, we're going to be doing a live stream testing all the solo builds. It probably the one-turn KO that I'll cook up later in a future video and all that great stuff. Now, this Empoleon will have the Mightiest Mark, and it will have its hidden ability, which makes this raid a lot scarier than some of the other raids that we have done in the past. And of course, you can only catch one of these, which is, you know, it is what it is. I do wish that we would start doing legendary raids instead of more starter raids, but hey, it looks like we're just been getting a bunch of starter raids until we eventually do them all. So look forward to that for future Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content. Now, the reason why I am afraid of this Empoleon is because it has the hidden ability Competitive. Now, Competitive is a terrifying ability, and it was actually updated. Before, Empoleon only had the ability Defiant, which boosts its physical attack stat, but Competitive boosts its special attack stat whenever it gets hit by a stat debuff. So if we, let's say, hit it with an acid spray, sure, it gets a -2 special defense, but it's going to be getting +2 to its special attack, which makes it very threatening as Empoleon is a special attacker. Now, looking at the stats here, you can see that Empoleon has a huge special attack stat of 111 and a really good special defense stat of 101. It is rather slow, though, at base 60, so a lot of things will be able to outspeed it. And overall, its HP and defenses are pretty, decent. 84 HP of 88 defense is pretty solid, but that 84 HP with a 101 special defense is definitely a bit scary. In 86 attack, I don't think it's going to really have any physical attacking moves. It's most likely going to invest fully in that 111 special attack. Now, it is Terra Ice, and Ice has a lot of weaknesses, so we can definitely abuse it with like fighting moves, fire moves, steel type moves as an example. So we have a lot of great stuff that we can use it. Rock as well, but here's the big thing though. Empoleon is water and steel. Water beats fire. Steel is gonna, and water is also gonna be rock as well. So we're not gonna want to use those types. So we're gonna be leaning more towards fighting types in general and steel types here to get the probable one-turn KO, but at least the solo builds going on here in general. Now, looking at the movesets, there's a lot of scary stuff going on here. And let's make myself a little bit smaller so you guys can see the screen right here. Bam. All right, so looking at the special attacking moves, the big threats are going to probably be things like Hydro Pump. And I wouldn't say it would have anything like a Sword Stance or a Swagger. It learns Aqua Jet. I don't think that's going to be really it. But I think Hydro Pump is going to be an absolute lock-in from level up moves. It could have Mist, which would be terrifying. Mist will prevent it from getting any stats dropped, but because of its hidden ability is Competitive, I think that would be too counterintuitive on a build, so I don't think it's going to have something like that. Now, looking at special attacking moves on its TM side, there is a lot of solid moves that it'll probably have. And I think, as I mentioned before, Hydro Pump is probably a very strong move it'll probably have. But if it doesn't use Hydro Pump, I can see Surf and obviously Flash Cannon to get that stab, and then Ice Beam to get that stab with its Terra. So I think that's 3 lock-ins, right? Strong water move between Surf and Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and then we're looking at Flash Cannon. However, it could run Blizzard because it does have the move Snowscape to set up the snow, and it will be getting a 50% defense boost when the snow is up. So I could see a turn 0 Snowscape occur and then start hitting us with that Blizzard spam. So that is a big possibility, and that can definitely hurt a lot of strategies, especially physical attackers, because we did talk about that defense stat of 88, but with that 50% boost, that defense stat is much stronger than its special defense. So having weather control may be very important. Like putting up the sun could be vital to our success in defeating this mon in a solo or an online raid battle. Outside of those moves, it's hard to say what other special attacking moves it could have. Mud Slap would be like a meme here. I don't really think it will have something like Mud Slap. It could have something like Chilling Water, lower our physical attack stat too. Grass Knot is interesting against other water types, but I don't know if it'll necessarily have something like that. It's going to be really depend. It could have Terra Blast or Terra Ice, but Ice Beam is a much better move. Weather Ball would be interesting as well if it wanted to do like a weather ball with like the snow up. If it does set up something like a snowscape, that could be interesting. That would actually be a 100 damage special ice move, which does more damage than Ice Beam. That would be pretty funny if it had something like that. Now, looking at its status moves, I think the big thing here, it's probably could have like an agility because it is really slow. So it could use an agility to boost up its speed. That looks like its best boosting move. I don't think it's gonna be a physical attacker, honestly. Sword Stance is a possibility. I just don't think it's gonna go the physical route. It could have Haze to remove our buffs, which would be definitely detrimental, especially if you're thinking about, oh, I could be an Iron Hands with Belly Drum. Well, if it uses one Haze, then you're just absolutely cooked. So there is a lot of threats here that is not going to make this raid that easy to prepare for. So it's definitely something that I am concerned about. Like I said, the competitive ability is definitely problematic. If it sets up the snow and then does blizzard spam and gets that 50% defense boost and it has access to haze, a lot of issues can occur from this raid in general. And I do think it might be the hardest 7-star raid outside of the Mewtwo that we've ever done on this channel. But I'm looking forward to making the builds on this. Off the top of my head, I think some decent Pokemon that can potentially work here could be something like maybe like a bulky Iron Hands build that's like max attack, max special defense to take some hits. This is also a raid where Annihilate could potentially come back and actually be really good. I mean, looking at that physical defense of 88, I mean, and it has probably no super effective moves against Annihilate. Potentially could have something like a dual wing beat or an air slash, potentially to deal with fighting types, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. But definitely check out my upcoming raid build video where I'll give you some of the best builds that you can build to defeat this Empoleon. We'll also go through a potential one-turn KO as well and all that great stuff. So stay tuned to PanFro Games for more Pokemon content. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.